What's up, guys? John here, and welcome to Inside the Harmony, episode number 10. If you're just tuning in for the first time, these episodes are loaded with a bunch of cool chords. We're going to be studying harmony and talking about chord scales, and in today's lesson, we're going to be picking up where we kind of left off in the last episode. We were taking triads and moving them in sevenths, staying diatonic to the key of C. So we'll be using all the chords from the key of C, or like a C major scale. Now, what we did in the last episode is we had triads going like C, E, G with the notes right next to each other. And we were moving in sevenths, so we were going C to B diminished, and then to A minor, and then to G, like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do what I call spread voicings. So instead of playing C, E, G with the notes right next to each other, we'll take that third, the E, and we'll throw it up the octave. And we're going to get C, G, E, and we'll do the same cycle but with this sort of chord family. So let me play you the first cycle. It sounds like this. We're basically going from a C to a B diminished, A minor to G, F to E minor, D minor to C. So let me break down those chords for you. The first one, we're going to play the third fret of the A string, the fifth fret of the D string, and the fifth fret of the B string. This is C chord. And then we're going to go to B diminished like this. We'll play the fifth fret of the A string, the fourth fret of the G string, and the sixth fret of the B string. This is B diminished. Then we'll go to A minor from there. And for this chord, we'll play the seventh fret of the A string, fifth fret of the G string, and fifth fret of the high E string. That's A minor. Then we'll go to G. We'll play the fifth fret of the D string, seventh fret of the G string, and seventh fret of the E string. So those are our first four chords. We'll go C, B diminished, A minor, G. Now we're going to go F, E minor, D minor, C. And this is a cool F chord. We'll put our second finger on the seventh fret of the D string, and then the sixth fret of the B string, and the eighth fret of the E string. It's an F chord. Then we'll go to E minor. This is kind of a cool spread voicing. A bit of a stretch here. Seventh fret of the D string, eighth fret on the B string, and 12th fret of the E string. Ever played E minor that way before? That may be a new shape for you. So we'll finish this off with D minor to C. D minor will be 12 on the D string, 10 on the B string, 13 on the E string. And then we'll finish with 14, 13, 15. 14 on those same strings, so the D string, the B string, and the E string. So that last cycle from the F is F, E minor, D minor, C. So let's start down here, and moving in sevenths, you can see we quickly scale up the fretboard. We'll start on the C and we'll go C, B diminished, A minor, G, F, E minor, D minor, C. Since we're getting really high up the neck here, what we're going to do is we're going to drop down the octave. So if we take this chord down the octave, it becomes this. So this would be 7 on the A string, 5 on the G string, and 8 on the B string. Then we're going to do the same cycle again. Let me play it for you. way up here on this C chord. So start on this C over E, and then we're going to move to B diminished. Same cycle. So we've got the 8th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the G string, and 7th fret of the E string. Then we'll go to A minor. This is a really cool chord. 7 on the D string, 9 on the G string, and 8 on the E string. Then G. This would be 9 on the D string, 8 on the B string, and 10 on the E string. Then we'll go to F. This is 10 on the D string, 10 on the B string, 13 on the E string. Then we're going to go E minor, D minor, C. Some cool shapes here. So we've got 14 on the D string, 12 on the B string, 15 on the E string. Then to D minor. Same strings, 15, 15, 17, and then C, 17, 17, 20. So the last cycle is all on these shapes here. We've got F, or F here, and then we go to E minor, D minor, C. And of course you can drop down the octave if you want. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do one more, but let me play that cycle for you first. So here we go. This is the one we just went over. C, B diminished, A minor, G, F, E minor, D minor, C. Now, since we're pretty much like 2 frets away from the highest note that I have on my guitar, we're going to drop down the octave, and we're going to take it down actually 2 octaves. So this chord is going to become this. And then we'll do the same sequence again. We're going to go C, B diminished, A minor, G, F, E minor, D minor, C. So those chords, this is one of my favorite C chords, by the way. If you've been following along with these videos, you'll recognize this shape. This is the 3rd fret of the E string, 2nd fret of the D string, and 5th fret on the G string. C, then we'll go to B diminished. This is 2 on the A string, 3 on the D string, and 3 on the B string. B diminished. Then A minor, 3 on the A string, 2 on the G string, 5 on the B string. G, 5 on the A string, 4 on the G string, 3 on the E string. F, 8 on the A string, 5 on the G string, and 5 on the E string. Then we'll go to E minor. This has got the 3rd in the bass. E minor shape. Maybe you've played it, maybe you haven't. Hopefully it's new for you. 10 on the A string, 9 on the G string, 12 on the B string. Then D minor. These are parts of like a D minor bar chord, right? But we're going to play 12 on the A string, 10 on the G string, and 10 on the E string. We just get this cool orchestral kind of sound. And then we'll finish with 10 on the D string, 8 on the B string, and 12 on the E string. And this is C, G, E, which is a 1 octave up from our very first chord of this episode. So let me take you through that last cycle. Starting down here, we've got C, B diminished, A minor, G, F, E minor, D minor, C. Alright, now we're going to put all 3 of these different cycles together. We're going to start here and we'll end here up the octave on the last chord. So let's try this. We'll play it slow. Here we go. C, B diminished, A minor, G, F, E minor, D minor, C. Drop the octave. C, B diminished, A minor, G, F, E minor, D minor, C. Drop 2 octaves. C, B diminished, A minor, G, F, E minor, D minor, C. Alright you guys, thanks so much for watching. I really hope that you learned some new chords and you got inspired by some of these shapes. Maybe you'll write a new song, maybe you'll play a guitar solo that will be particularly inspired by these triads. Have fun with that. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We've got new videos dropping every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and there's tons of other videos just on our channel about guitar tips and soloing. As my free gift to you for making it through this video, you can click the link below and get a free PDF of over 100 pages of licks and exercises over major, minor, and dominant chords. It's a book I wrote called Melodic Expressions. You can get it on the iTunes bookstore for $15, or you can get it for free at the link below. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you in the next one.